Jeff Rice from Tennessee Wesleyan. Luckily for us, we returned our 3 leading scorers from last year, and Michelle Davis, Heather Gibson, and Cody Houck. We'll go as they go. Our biggest challenge is going to be replacing 2 senior guards that have started for the last 3 years and knew exactly where the ball needed to go. We've got some talented kids who just haven't played a whole lot. We're excited about where they are. We're excited about what they're doing right now. But you still got to get under the gun and get things done. I want to talk about, Rich talked about how deep the conference is, being a team that is lucky enough to have been to the national tournament the last 3 years. Getting any of our top 5 or 6 can go out there and compete with anybody in the country. And we've been fortunate enough to get out there and do a little bit, and I think that's helped all of us by bringing some notoriety to our conference, understanding that we can go out there and win some games, and I'm just excited about this upcoming year. I'm excited about the competition. I'm excited about how we can grow as a basketball team and get back to where we have been in hopefully the last couple of years. Thanks.
Good morning. I'm Mike Poe from Tennessee Wesleyan. I'm the guy with the hole shot through me. I'm very glad to be in Kingsport. Anything to accommodate Milligan. That's why we're here. I hear all the coaches talk about how excited they are. I'm not excited one bit about going to any of your people's places to play, and because I know how difficult it is. Coach, you said something about recruiting shooters. I've tried to start recruiting makers. I've had plenty of shooters before, and I've tried to recruit a few more makers. So I'm hoping that we'll be okay in that regard. But we do return quite a bit. EJ's back as a senior, but we won't have him until the 2nd semester because he only has 1 semester left to play. So he won't be able to play until the end of this semester. We return. EJ was an honorable mention All-American last year. We returned Desmond Crisp, who was also an honorable mention All-American last year and was our leading scorer. And as a senior, we also returned Matt Harper, who has been a 3-year starter and has scored over 1,200 points in his career to this point. Shannon Smith, who was on the all-freshman team last year, was a pretty good guard to go along with EJ. We returned him as a sophomore. Josh Gregory returns as a 6'7" post guy who, I was telling Coach Rice on the way up here, to me, he's our most improved player from last year to this year because he's gotten where he can finish it around the goal, and he's dropped some weight, and he's 6'7", about 255, 260, and got some great strength. We have 3 newcomers that are we think are going to be pretty good. First is Tyler Burse. His dad actually played at Tennessee Wesleyan. He's played the first 2 years at Shorter University. He's 6'7", can play anywhere from the 2 to the 5. He can he can stretch the floor and shoot the 3, and he's also very good around the goal. And we've also added Derek Triplett, transfer from Motlow State Junior College. That's a 6'5", 4 guy that can put it on the floor and do some things with the basketball. And also Zamarius McClendon, a guy who played at Motlow. We recruited a couple of years ago, and he decided to go to Francis Marion. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee, about 6'6", about 230. That's got great strength, probably the strongest player we've had in some time. That will also be at the 5 position. As far as I stood up here last year and I mentioned that the year before I thought that Milligan was the most consistent team from first year to the end of the year, and that's why they won. And last year, quite frankly, we were. And now we got a lot of breaks. We got a great break at Bryan, and we got an even better break at Virginia Intermont because it rained, and we got to go over to Virginia High and play. We had a lot of things to go in our favor. We didn't have any major injuries. And I had a team that was very hungry, and I think that that's probably my concern right now is is trying to keep them very hungry about continuing to play. And you know, and our team's going to go as EJ goes. I mean, it's not rocket science. But I know right now, as of today, I'm not the best team in the league, because we've practiced now since September the 25th, I think, or 26th when we started. But I've got 7 red shirts, and we haven't beat them yet. And I've got a group of red shirts sitting out that are pretty good, and we scrimmage every day, and we haven't beat them one time. And so I don't know whether we're as good as you're saying, or whether my next year's team is going to be more exciting than what I've got now. So that remains to be seen. From a schedule standpoint, we're probably not going to look very good in an overall record, because we're playing Lee, and we're playing University of Cumberland, we're playing Trevecca, we're playing University of West Alabama, we're playing University of Montebello, who was the NCAA Division II runner-up last year, and so we get started next Saturday when we go to Lee next Saturday afternoon. So I'd like to be good. I'd like to be that good as one time in my life, but I don't know whether I know how this conference is, and it you know, some teams you get on a roll sometimes, and you know, it's what happened for us last year, and we won 16 of our last 19 to end the year. But we had a lot of things going in our favor, and we're happy to accept the role, and we'll if it works out that way, we'll do our best, and but if it doesn't, I'll be rooting for you guys, and because we have great people in this league, and I know the job that all of you do. So anyway, it's we'll get started. Like I said, I'm not going to say I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited. I'm not excited about coming to your place one bit. I'm excited. If y'all want to come to James L. Robb twice, I'll be a little more excited about that, but I know that won't happen. But thank you for your good things you said about us. I hope we're able to perform at that level. Thank you.